Hello everybody and welcome back to X4, where it's been a little while since we last checked in. Made about 14 million credits. I was hoping while I was out and about that more would have come in, but alas, that does not seem to be the case. We can take a few out of here, I suppose. That's perfectly fine. We can take a few out of here as well. That puts us up over 14, so that's nice. And also, while I was gone, we did not lose any of our transports, so that's fantastic. So, first things first, we've got 14 million credits. Clearly, we need to spend those. So, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come in here and, yeah, they do have smart chips available, but you have to be high enough rep with them to get it. So we can't do that currently. We might be able to grab that from the Teladi, and we're probably going to head over there and check that out. But for right now, I think we will grab, let's see, scanning array. What all do we need? Shield components, scanning arrays. Yeah, we need both of those. So we're going to grab just the blueprint for, I think, shield components here first, since that's the cheaper one. And we'll do that. Excellent. And we will see if we can figure out a way to fit that into our gigafactory here. We may have to expand again. Yep, we will indeed have to expand again. Okay. So we should hop over. This is not at all where I wanted to be. We're going to need to manage our plot here. And for the wharf, we are just going to need to increase the negative, the negative Y direction. We'll toss in, say, that much space. So we'll buy that license. That's only 84,000. That's not bad. And that gives us quite a lot more space to work with. So that's fantastic. We're going to go ahead and put in a vertical spacer here. And I don't know what kind of size we're looking at here. So we should figure that out. So first things first, we're going to come in here. Where is shield component? Here it is. Okay. Height-wise, that would fit there perfectly. So we would just simply copy this sequence. And that would go, if I can get it to position, guess we'll put it there and move it, since it didn't want to go where I wanted to put it. And we're probably going to have to rotate around this way, like that. Yeah, that'll do. So there's shield component production. Now, what do we need for shield components? We need plasma conductors, quantum tubes, and energy cells. I'm pretty sure we have all of that. Let's see. Superfluid coolant. There's our quantum tubes. We have plasma in here, right? Somewhere? Pretty sure we grabbed that. Plasma conductors, yeah. Okay, so we'll just leave this as is then. If we need anything else in this spot, that would be fine. So we'll confirm those module changes, and that is that completed. So let's also purchase the blueprint for, say, scanning arrays, perhaps. Yeah, that'll do. We'll grab it for scanning arrays. We've already blown through almost all of our money, and I'm only 4 minutes into this episode. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. So let's hop into the plan build here, and we'll see what the size for scanning array production looks like. Okay, that's not bad either. Good to know. So we're going to put a vertical module here, and a cross module here, as well as one here, and one here. In theory, that should fit. We'll see if that works. Put a scanning array there. That's, of course, going to have to be rotated to face this direction. And then a second scanning array there. Yep, that fits. So what do we need for scanning arrays? We need refined metals and silicon wafers. We've got both of those being produced. We'll double check that, but I'm 100% sure that we've got refined metals and silicon wafers. Refined metals there, and I'm 100% sure that we've got silicon wafers, but I'll just find it in the list. There it is. Yep. Okay, so that is scanning array production. Fantastic. So we'll take a look at this. Of course, these numbers are not going to be correct. I'm well aware of this. But that gets us shield components, weapon components, missile components. Actually, you know what? I'm going to create a new spreadsheet here real quick. And I'm just going to, if I turn this on to display capture so that you can see the spreadsheet there. There we go. This is not going to be anything fancy. I'm just going to create a quick list here. So we have hull parts on here. We've got advanced composites. I'm not too concerned about this. Is literally just a list, rather. We've got scanning arrays. We've got shield components. We've got weapon components. We've got missile components. We've got advanced, not composites, but electronics. There we go. And what else do we have in here? Quantum tubes, hull parts, microchips. Some of those things might be needed, some of them might not. So I'm just going to move that off the screen for the moment. And we will hop up over here and take a quick look at what we need. So over here, we need the following things. We need turret components. We need smart chips. These are things that we don't have yet. We need antimatter converters. I guess converts is fine. We need field coils. Shield components is something we have. Advanced electronics is something we have. Scanning arrays we have. We need drone components. We have advanced composites. We need engine parts. We need weapon components, which we have. Missile components, which we have. Hull parts, which we have. Energy cells, which we have. And food rations and medical supplies, which we're going to make a supporting station for that. For sure. We're essentially just going to copy our life support factory and move it over near this factory. Okay, so there's a list of things that we have and things that we need. Perfect. Now I don't have to constantly consult that and compare back and forth. Oh, that's a pirate base. Okay. Just wondering if the Teladi trading station has fixed its issues. It looks like they have, actually. Well, maybe. Is this destroyed? I'm not sure. We can go out there and check sometime. Maybe in a little bit we can go on an expedition out there. But for right now, we need to talk to this guy and see what he's got available for things that we need. Antimatter converters is something that we need, but we cannot afford that yet. Engine parts, that's something that we could grab, and we will do so. Okay, let's see. These docks and these piers, these Paranid bits, we don't really care about any of those right now. The fabrication bays, of course, we are not going to be able to afford yet. Bean production, husk production. Okay, that's fine. Turret component production. That's something that we need as well, but there's no way that we can currently afford that, although we're really close. We're really close to being able to afford that, and we might be able to just steal the money that we need. Yeah, that's very close to getting us there. Oh, that definitely got us there. Okay, fantastic.
Good to see you, friend.
Okay, so that was engine components, or rather engine part production, as well as turret component production. Oh, we don't have the license for it. Roger that. That's fine. So I think that's everything that this guy is willing to sell us right now that we need, other than antimatter converters.
Safe journey.
Okay. So we'll have to go somewhere else and see what else they've got. But for right now, we can plan our build over here, and we're just simply going to put in a vertical module and another cross module. We're basically doing the same thing. Most of our support structures have gone up here, and we haven't needed other productions for the stuff down here, but that will change because this will be space in which we can build those things. So as needed, we'll be continuing that. So we need to put in the engine components, right? Engine parts. Yes. Okay, I'm just checking the size here. It's a bit sketchy. Clips in slightly, I think. Yeah, it does clip in slightly. But where are we mounted at? Like, what are our mount points here? Do we have multiple mount points or only the one? We have 2 mount points available. It doesn't really change anything, though. So what I'm thinking is maybe... this is fine. If we mount it like this... sure, it'll clip into these slightly, but... does that cause issues? I actually don't know if it does. We could move it down 1 more vertical space. Just to make sure. And actually, that ended up losing us that piece. That's too low. Okay. So we can't actually do that currently. I suppose we could see if we can move this up ever so slightly. And it looks like we do have a little bit of vertical space there. A little bit of vertical headroom. And yeah, that gives us the amount that we needed. Actually, I want that to be there. There we go. And then engine part production would go here as well as here. And I suppose that would give us some space in which to build more of these super tall things if we need additional space for that. So that's not the worst thing. Let's take a look at the encyclopedia and see. Antimatter cells, refined metals. We make all of that. Okay, that's perfect. So, that is good progress. I need to move on the spreadsheet. I need to move the engine parts over to here, to this column. There we go. So all we need now is, actually, let me pull this back. All we need now is turret components, smart chips, antimatter converters, field coils, and drone components. So we're getting there. Excellent. Yeah, we'll just confirm those changes. Fantastic. We have not funded this at all, so it shouldn't have to remove any parts. Yeah, it does not. Okay. Excellent. So that's a good start. That is a very good start. Now, let's go ahead and head on over to the Teladi trading station. I'm just wondering why it's grayed out. I think it may have been destroyed. But this is where the faction rep is. This is a little spooky. Before we leave, I'm actually going to save the game. Because I just realized that I did not save the game before starting this episode. And I don't want to lose the last 13 minutes, let alone the last, 5 hours the game has been running. So we're definitely going to save before we go there, because that's a spooky location. So let's just do that real quick here. I mean, I say real quick, but saving in this game, not real quick. This is a slightly lengthy process, so hopefully it finishes up relatively soon. And then we're just going to head out there and just do a little bit of scouting, see what we can see out there. I'm pretty sure that there's some severe issues with that station, and I'm not banking on seeing the faction rep, but if we can see that faction rep, I would like to do a little shopping there. If we can't, we'll probably head back to the Argon Federation and see what of those 5 components they can perhaps provide us. So we're going to head out for now. And off we go. We'll hop into autopilot and watch it, careen into various things. I'm sure it'll be fine. And in the meantime, let's just take a quick gander at what's going on over here with the GE headquarters. So you can see here that we're still working on our Claytronics production over here. We're still working on ramping that up. And we're making moderate progress on that. Actually, there's been basically no progress made since the last episode because I banked all of the money instead of investing it in here, which is fine. We'll just pull some of this money out of here. Excellent. No, I don't want to look at Nostrip oil. I wanted to look at the hull parts factory. Okay, that can remain. Not concerned about that. And technically the life support factory here, it does have one more module that hasn't been built. And what is going on with that? Because this has been funded for a very long time. What is it lacking? It's lacking one Claytronic. It's just building container storage. Honestly, I'm not too concerned about that. That will show up eventually. Let's just slightly overfund it because it's 1874 and we're just going to give it about, not that much. We're going to give it 2,000. There we go. Hopefully that Claytronic comes in eventually. If not, we can always bring it in ourselves. But I'm actually going to save this current construction plan as the standard life support factory. And we'll save that as new. So now we can just have this plan ready to go. Just pop it into a location and there we go. That'll be fine. Excellent. So we're going to be at the Teladi station relatively shortly, but as I said, I don't expect that we're going to find anything particularly helpful there. We may find that the station is being rebuilt, and this does still indicate that the faction rep is over here with this icon. So I don't know exactly what's going on over there, but we're going to find out. So let's just pop straight through here. And we are going to want a second life support factory in our shipyard station. Or not in our shipyard station, but supporting our shipyard station. Yeah, there's the trading platform there. Getting kind of blurry as it gets to the edge of the screen. We'll be leaving the highway momentarily. There we go. Autopilot, you can stop. Thank you. It looks fine.
Autopilot and Teladi trading station.
Hull is at 100%. Is it simply grayed out because we don't have information about it because we haven't been here for a long time? That might be it. But it looks like they got the Xenon attack taken care of. Maybe.
Phoenix, Sentinel.
Depending on what these guys are. Oh yeah, the Teladi definitely got this under control. That's pretty fantastic. I'm happy about that because this trading station is actually pretty useful for us, even though it's pretty out of the way. It's pretty useful having the faction rep somewhere out this way. I'm not sure exactly where the Xeon came from, but they appear to have been fought off for now. And I used all of my shields on this approach. Suddenly they show up again. That would be awkward. Okay. Let's just get in here.
Docking granted.
And we're going to be docking over here. That's fine. We're going to come in over like this. Whoa! Docking computer, what was that? I was not accelerating at all. Docking computer's just like, I'm going to ram the station now. All I was doing was strafing to try to line up a bit better. Okay, so here we are at the Teladi trading station. And we are just going to go talk to the faction rep. Helps if I use the transporter. Faction rep. We have an inactive mission. That's probably a promotion with somebody.
Greetings.
Hello.
It's an honor.
What do you have available? Not ships. I'm interested in modules right now. We will be interested in ship blueprints later. They're willing to sell us smart chip production. I will happily accept this. Anything else that you're willing to sell us? That we need? Such as... They don't have access, currently at least, to turret components. Antimatter converters, of course, we can't afford. Let's see, field coils. Can't afford that either. That's pretty expensive. I'm going to mark these down actually in the spreadsheet that for the antimatter converters, we need 13.1 million. For smart chips, we're going to get that right now, so we don't need to mark that down. 12.8 million for antimatter converters. I'm just rounding it up so that I have the correct amount. And that's not for this at all. Hang on. Turret components go here. Yes. This should be 12.8 for field coils. 12.8 million. And also, I'm not okay with the fact that, oh, it changed the formatting. Okay. What about drone components? Do you have those here? Nope. Okay. That's fine. I think everyone has access to antimatter converters and drone components. Or rather, antimatter converters and field coils. But not everyone seems to have access to turret components, smart chips, and drone components. But we're going to grab the smart chips right now. So we're just going to clean that up ever so slightly. Fantastic. And let me just take this off of display capture again before somebody messages me on Discord. There we go. And we'll just confirm that for right now. So there's smart chip production. And if we hop over here and take a quick look, we're basically on the bottom here for this level. We may want to place smart chip. I keep saying smart ship. It's smart chip. What do we need for smart chip production anyway? Probably silicon. I can almost guarantee you that we need silicon. Here it is. It's pretty tall. Noted. Okay, so we need silicon wafers and energy cells, and that's it. We already produce both of those. So maybe we should put smart chip production down here. So essentially we'd put a cross here. The engine parts tile this direction. And then a cross module here and here. And then we would put in the smart chip production. Can never figure out how these are sorted. It's very strange. Seems to be just random. That's awful tall. That is awful tall. I'm actually going to move this to be up here. Because advanced composites can actually tile this direction to some degree. So then these guys would be here and here, and we would remove this guy. And then smart chips could tile out this way. That would be fine. How much is it going to cost to build this? Only 43 million actually so far. Well, we'll confirm that for now. And we need to head to the Argonne shipyard. So let's start flying over there. That should not be too difficult to get to, in theory, especially if I can remember which direction the transporter is. I mean, I could just teleport around, I suppose. But that wouldn't bring my ship with. And we don't, I think, have the high enough... Ladders are hard. I don't think we have the high enough level of teleport for me to teleport from here to the Argonne shipyard. Yeah, we don't. Okay, so we're going to undock here. Fantastic. And not this direction. Whoa. Wasn't expecting the door to be quite that close. There we go. And let's just get out here.
Autopilot.
And we'll just autopilot it from there. And in the meantime, we'll check in on our current funding status in these locations. There's a little bit of funding in the GE headquarters to grab. That's great. All Parts Factory, a little bit to grab there. And the Life Support Factory, we can grab a small amount. And actually, the Life Support Factory got that Claytronic it needed. That's great. So it's actually completely done building. Excellent. I have to retype this? That's awkward. Okay, well, we'll just overwrite it. Shuffle the modules in the current construction plan. Why would I ever want to do this? What would this do? Nothing, because we don't have any positions or anything being built, I think. Okay, so we're going to cancel any changes it might have made there, because I don't actually want to do that. I was just curious. So we're going to need somewhere probably around here or so to put in our life support factory, because I'd like to have a secondary life support factory down here. Now, granted, it's going to have to source all of its materials from Grand Exchange. Or further. Which is fine, I suppose.
Entering
It is, however,
right promise.
time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we will be on the Argon shipyard, and we're going to come in with a fair amount of money again. Certainly, I think enough to be able to buy turret components and drone components, assuming we have the reputation. I don't think we're going to be able to afford both antimatter converters and field coils, but maybe one? Maybe. Depending on whether I invest this money into our GE headquarters or not, I suppose. For now, though, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.